All right. We got Rogan on the wildfires. We got him talking about the devastation of the LA wildfires. So let's see what he talking about.
The Joe Rogan Experience.
We had an evacuation order that they sent out by accident to people even down where I'm at.
Yeah, what was that?
It was some guy who fucked up because I don't know if you know this is gonna be shocking. Grab the table.
Wait a minute.
LA's not run very well.
Hold on.
I know. Hold on.
What the fuck are you saying?
Because see, here's the thing. We have
Wait
to
a
worry
minute.
about. I
It's
know.
not running
It's-
Isn't
very
the chief
well?
of fire department a lesbian?
Now hold
LA's
on. Let's
run
not turn this
amazing.
into. Listen. Here's the bottom
It's
line.
run
They
amazing.
so
It's not
fucking
about
funny.
infrastructure. Infrastructure's got
I
to take.
won't sit here while you disparage the great people
Sir?
that are running Los Angeles.
Sir, infrastructure's got to take a backseat to climate change and social justice and homeless abatement, which hasn't worked.
See, the lady who's responsible for filling the fire hydrants gets paid $750,000 a year.
Hey, your tax
What
dollars
the
going to
fuck?
good work there, everybody.
She get paid what to fill what? $750,000 a year, yo, just to put water in the fire hydrants? Nah, that can't be her actual job. I'm gonna go look that up later, but that can't be her actual job, just to put fucking water in the fire.
That's a lot of money.
You think?
That's
a lot of
You
fucking
think?
money, bro.
I said
That's like I'm the star of a sitcom.
Oh, dude.
Not
It's
star,
what?
but like you're the third person.
No,
on
that's a
sitcom.
high wage, sir. 750
Very
grand
high wage.
for a city employer who's
for someone just like fill that one.
how
That's
the
crazy.
aquifers
Waters.
how the aquifers today.
Get the water in that one.
You know what? We got to protect the Delta smelt,
Yeah.
which whatever the fuck that is. So
Well,
we gotta you know.
Trump was talking about that on
That's
the podcast.
crazy.
On the podcast I did with him, Trump was going on this long rampage about Los Angeles and the fires and how it all can be prevented and they could have plenty of water. He explained the whole thing, and he's right.
Here's my whole.
Yeah, but sometimes he right to the point where he kind of gives, he kind of telegraphs things. So, what is he? He's right, but is he right? Like, as in he was gonna be right anyway, or is he right as in that was a coincidence?
Whole philosophy. You guys know, that we have a tinderbox. And you can say that there are a lot of people that live there. The fires it's always a potential. If that's the case, then please make sure the fire hydrants, we've got to be able to figure it out. You guys in California came up with AI. I mean, the Silicon Valley was pretty innovative people. Let's figure out a way to keep the fucking...
Very different people.
They are very different
That's like
people,
saying people in America
Yeah.
are homeless and also Elon Musk.
Right.
You know what
Well,
I'm saying?
get some people down in government who are innovative like that. What the fuck are
They
we
don't
doing?
want to do that job.
Do you know the City Council of Los Angeles? 4 of the members of the City Council are far left social democrats. How about that? There's zero pushback on ideas. It's just all
Yeah, it's all an
ideology.
echo chamber. Well, I'm hoping now that this is a giant wake-up call for these people. I mean,
Good luck.
there's no positivity that's going to come
A
out
lot
of
of
a
politics
horrific
coming
fire
out of
like
this
that.
little talk show.
But
Let's get
at least
to the
it'll
facts.
wake. Because look, that area. Adam Carolla was on someone's show
Not saying
talking
that a-
about this, and he said
Not saying that a lot of this isn't fact, but it's still a little bit of political innuendo.
something that's like very. I think he was actually doing it himself.
Yeah,
He
about
was-
permits.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he was just saying that there's 80% of the people that live there are far left. 80% of the people that got their houses burned down from complete total incompetence and
That's
a
right.
lack of management.
That's right.
total incompetence.
Yeah.
80% of those people are far left people, and that's a giant wake up call when you realize, like, no, these fucking people, this is not the way to do it. Did you see that lady, the fire lady, who's a part of this whole diversity thing? And they said, "You're a woman firefighter. Can you carry my husband out of a burning building?" She was like, "Well, if your husband's in a burning building, he already made a mistake."
Is that what she
What
said?
did she say? A big old sassy fat black
Yeah,
lady.
my favorite was
I don't know if she was a fat black lady or not. I don't remember. She might have been, but she did say that shit. And when I heard it, I was like, yeah, you have to be fired. Like, what the fuck? Why would you? You not even instilling confidence in your community. that was some dumb shit just to spew out your mouth was, well, he shouldn't be in the burning building. What? Shut up. Shut up.
Was that one of the women said, you want people to look like you.
Same lady.
And I'm like, hey,
Same
listen,
lady.
hey, lady,
Who the
when
fuck
my
cares?
house is on fire and I'm trying to get my kids out, I'm not going to be like, hey, can I get some people that look like me because this doesn't make me
I
feel
want him to
safe.
look like Brian Shaw.
They worried about the
So
wrong
loud.
shit out
So
there.
fucking
wall
they can be
looking
white
like
as the driven
Juggernaut.
snow.
I
Okay,
want him to look
if they look like a White Walker and they can get me out of that fucking fire, I'm in. I want Brian
him to
Shaw.
be a giant dude who can carry
Yeah,
people
with a mustache that
Yeah.
goes like this.
Yeah,
right?
fucking handlebar.
I love
yeah.
firemen. I'm so gay that when I saw they came by, I saw some
whoa,
firemen,
whoa,
and I
whoa.
didn't know what to do. I wanted to say something like, "Go get them, guys," or something like that, and I literally went like this. I saluted them. I went.
That's good.
It's a
It's
little
gave a
embarrassing.
salute.
It's an acknowledgement.
That's crazy.
Yeah, but my wife,
know?
my wife is so funny because my wife is very handy, and I said, and we had an evacuation order. I looked at her and I go, I got to go do Joe's podcast and then shoot my special at the mothership, but I feel guilty about leaving you here. And she goes, what are you gonna do? You can't change a tire. I got this. I was like, all right, see you later. So,
Yeah, I don't know. I would have felt weird about leaving them too,
well,
even
I'm
though
in an
you're
area.
in a safe
I'm in an area where
space.
I'm good.
Yeah, you're good for now. This is the
Yeah,
thing
like
about
what?
LA that
You good for
there's
now.
a viral clip that's going around now
Why would you
of a
even-
conversation that I
Why would you even think? I don't know, man. I couldn't have leave them. I couldn't leave my family. Not when it's just flying around out there. Embers are just moving tens of miles. You know, I don't know, man. And people are just starting to set fires randomly out there. So it's just, man, it's a little too much going on. It looks like the fucking apocalypse out there, by the way. Like, it does look like the apocalypse out there. So, that's another thing. Like, yeah.
had with Sam Morril a while back.
I'm not
And
leaving
we were
my
talking
family out
about when I was on Fear Factor how this fireman told me that this was going to happen one day.
Yeah.
He said it's just a matter of time.
Yeah.
With the right wind, he's like, we won't be able to stop it. Now that's gone viral. And then the Trump thing
Yeah,
went
I
viral
seen
too.
that.
Because Trump was saying that they need to do something to change this. They need to clean up the forest, get rid of all the dead wood.
Yeah.
All these
The
things
brush.
could be done. Get rid of all the brush, get rid of all the dead wood, open up that fucking water from the north to come down. This
Right.
idea that, do you know that the
Yeah.
whole center of California used to be a lake?
No.
A giant lake?
No.
I didn't
Bro,
know that.
I found out about it about a year ago.
Really?
I didn't
It's
know that.
crazy. Young Jamie? Wait till you see how big this
I didn't
fucking
know
lake
that.
was. And all of it, is all meddling and fucking around by humans.
Did I ever tell you the conversation
That's
I had
fucking
with
crazy. I
Arnold
never knew that.
Schwarzenegger? I was with John Leguizamo.
screw your freedom?
No, he didn't
Screw
say.
your
This was
freedom.
before that. I was doing that movie.
Screw your freedom.
Screw your freedom. He said. So I'm
That's
with John
fucking
Leguizamo. We were
crazy.
doing that movie Ride Along, and John goes, "Hey, stick
I gotta
around.
check
We'll
on
have some dinner with a friend of mine's coming by. I didn't know who it was. Arnold shows up with his assistant. It's kind of cool, and I'm a fan. So we're sitting there, and I had just read a book on California politics by Michael Lewis called Boomerang, about sort of like how a lot of the towns like Stockton went broke because of the pension plans and all that shit. Blah blah blah.
I thought it was
So-
the Diaz brothers running around slapping people.
It is that too, dude. It is that too. It's
You find
that
that
too.
lake?
Let me
Check
see.
this out. Look at the size of this lake. Tulare Lake.
What?
Largest freshwater lake
Where,
west
though?
of the Mississippi.
Largest freshwater lake west of the Mississippi.
What?
It used to be fucking huge. Show a
That's
photo
fucking
of what
crazy.
it used to look like. So it was all agriculture. They fucked it up.
Oh, because they drained it, right?
Look at the size of it.
What the
Look how big it
fuck in
was.
the world?
That is fucking
Look
crazy,
how fucking
bro.
big that
and
is.
now it's just gone.
Gone. Apparently it's refilling.
Well, I guess we needed it to grow all the
Shut
oranges,
the
right?
fuck up.
I mean, you know, it became
We needed it for almonds.
For the Owens
so I can
Valley?
get almond milk. There's one
Yeah.
amazing photograph of this guy who was squirting almond milk on the fire outside of his house because that's all he had.
Is that true?
He had 2 quarts of almond milk. There's like this soy man, this literal human water balloon.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah,
God
look,
bless him. God bless him. Dude, that's when you're really trying. That's when you're trying.
COVID mask on.
That's just a
not
last
funny,
stand,
but-
bro. That's a last
Bro,
stand.
that's not
No, you should
funny,
have been out.
but,
You got to
like,
get out of there.
that's
You
all
got to
he
accept
has,
it. I've been
man. That's
evacuated 3
fucking
times.
crazy.
Have you really?
Yeah, when
Yeah, I
I lived in
remember
Bell
when you-
Canyon,
yeah, I remember
I got
that.
evacuated
That's
3
fucking
times.
crazy, though.
You
That's
know,
all he
it
has.
burnt 2 houses in front in 2018. 2 houses in front of my old house are burnt to the ground.
Well, that video I showed you of my friend's house that just disappeared, and then you remember I sent you that
Oh,
video of him driving down the PCH. Those guys are coming to my house because where I'm at is the only place that's
For
where the
now.
air is breathable and all
Yeah,
that.
for
Well, we
now.
have a barrier between the 405 and also the airport, so we're pretty safe. Even
yeah,
here.
pretty safe. The thing about, I mean, this is from someone who's been through it a
Yeah.
few times.
You pretty safe until you not, man. That's it. All it take is a nice wind for stuff to get going, and that's it. Like, yeah. And honestly, like that, just having they cut down stuff around the airport, so it could hinder the embers from actually traveling, but only so much. Only so much. So we'll see. Like, I'm not sure. Like I said, I definitely wouldn't have left my family there. The way you see the rest of the rubble, it looks like a fucking bomb just blew up over Los Angeles or over those neighborhoods, should I say. And so it just looks terrible. First off, it looks like a war zone. And then it also looks like the apocalypse at the same time. And I don't even know how you can actually even put that together. But if you put Call of Duty Warzone in the apocalypse, it just looks like that. Just ruin and embers. So it's bad. It's bad. For a place to be so beautiful, just in landscape and just, overall, just look, as far as geography is concerned, it sure does go through a lot of hell as far as natural disasters concerned. So, I was just there last September. I wasn't in LA, but I was in San Francisco. Even then, right after that, San Francisco had their tsunami warning and earthquakes that happened up there in that area a few months ago. So Cali is going through a lot right now. For a place to be so beautiful, it does seem to have a lot of natural disasters that just seem to hit every year. So wildfires is nothing new out there, but damn, this is bad. And honestly, I don't know how big LA is to even think about it running through the whole city of LA. But I am praying for the people of LA. So I have a few friends out there who are considering evacuating. I don't know what area they're in. Know nothing about the West Coast except, what cities are there or where, what major cities are where. So, but yeah, let's get back to it.
You don't understand. You think it's just a fire. It's not. It's a storm.
Yeah.
So I saw fire tornadoes. Until you've
did?
seen I
See,
saw
that's-
fire tornadoes. When
That's
we were
hell.
filming, we were
That's hell.
filming on Fear Factor, and ironically,
Fire
this was the
tornadoes.
same
That's
time where
hell.
this fireman was explaining to me what's going to happen in LA. We were filming Fear Factor, and when we were driving back, the entire I watched the guy die. I watched the guy
What?
run across the highway and get hit by a car.
What the fuck?
Yeah, I didn't see him get
That
hit
is
by a car, but I
fuck-
saw him.
That's crazy.
He was, and my producer, the producer of the show, apparently saw more. He saw graphic. People were panicking. There was ash
I
falling
couldn't
from the
imagine
sky
that.
like it was snowing. It was crazy. and everyone's driving, and everyone's got this like somber, like 50-mile-an-hour driving the entire right side of the highway for an hour. Like
What?
we were,
And you
filming,
can feel that heat, right?
Yeah, we were filming off the 5, so we were like way up by,
That's
like,
what I'm saying.
as you're headed to
Apocalyptic. Just listen to
You
it.
mean Valley and stuff?
Bakerfield.
Oh yeah.
Bakersfield, like that area. Is that off the 5 or the 10? Whatever the fuck it is. When we were pretty far away, and it was a whole hour driving back where the whole right side of the highway was in flames. Completely engulfed,
Jesus Christ.
like a Lord of the Rings movie where
Yeah.
you're waiting for Sauron to come riding on an evil horse over the top of it.
What
It was
the
nuts.
fuck? That's
it was
crazy.
fucking nuts. And you see fire tornadoes, man. The fire was fucking insane.
There's nothing you can do.
And it's
too.
flying through the air, so you're worried your car's going to catch fire. One of the things that happens is people get stuck on
That's
highways.
fucking crazy.
Cars.
What would y'all do in that situation? And I'm talking to the people who don't go through that. That's some apocalyptic movie kind of shit where you just seeing fire tornado. And I know that's a common thing in firestorms. If people don't know about firestorms, large fires can create clouds of smoke above it that will essentially create its own weather. So, and that can also travel and move embers, and it creates its own wind, which gives itself, makes itself a fire tornado. That's your, meteorologist lesson for the day. However, what would y'all do in that situation if you're driving an hour down the highway and the whole right side of the highway is on fire? Like, what do you do in that situation? Obviously you keep driving, but what are you thinking? What's going through your mind? Like, let me know in the chat.
Cars catch fire, and the fire and the winds just roll through the whole highway, and everybody burns alive inside their cars.
What?
Yeah, that happened at, what is it, the park camp? What was the big fire?
Oh, that's right.
in North catch fire. One of the things that happens is people get stuck on highways, cars catch fire, and the fire and the winds just roll through the whole highway, and everybody burns alive inside their cars.
What?
Yeah, that happened at, what is it, the park camp? What was the big fire?
Oh, that's right.
in Northern California.
Yeah, city.
A
And they all
ton of
just
people died in their cars.
Horrifying. Horrifying.
Oh.
I got to tell you, the
bro,
crazy
I
thing about the
couldn't
Pacific Palisades was that
I
8
can't
years
even think
ago,
about that.
probably
Like-
8, maybe almost 9 years ago, I looked at houses there with my.
Imagine that, yo. Like, you stuck in your fucking car and roasting. There's nothing you can do about it at that point. Nah, man.
my ex-wife, and we came so close to buying a house because it's such a beautiful place. We didn't buy it because it was a little too expensive, to be honest with you. It was like just a little out of our price point. But even like for a smaller house, that was expensive, right? But
Yeah,
it's
it's a
beautiful neighborhood. The
pricey
last
area, but
thing,
it's gorgeous.
The last thing you would ever think. The last thing is. That house would burn down, or there was a fire hazard, especially down like where Gelson's was, or the whole town. That dude, when I'm saying the town is gone, you know the only structure that's standing is that guy Caruso, that mayor, the guy who ran for mayor, who narrowly lost to Karen Bass. He built that mall out of fire retardant material, and that's the only structures that pretty much downtown that in the town of
That's fucking
Pacific
crazy.
Palisades. Frank Grillo, our buddy, his old house burned right to the ground. Just done. Just
Yeah,
gone.
Segura's house burnt to the ground.
Everybody's.
one
Didn't
he
Mel
sold.
Gibson's?
Yeah, Mel Gibson's
Look
burnt
at
to the
that.
ground
Look
too.
at that, dude.
It's
Look at that.
insane.
Nobody in
That's
a million years.
fucking
I'm
crazy,
telling you,
yo.
when you
That's
bought a house there,
so-
nobody
That's like a
said
war
anything about
zone.
fire.
Crazy.
No one.
That's so. And by the way,
That's like a
fire
war zone,
insurance in LA. What? Look at that one house. Perfect.
And
Isn't
they
that
dropped
crazy?
the
that's
fire.
crazy.
What's that made out of?
They dropped the fucking fire insurance. Like, that's crazy.
I don't
Well,
know.
fucking-
It just the wind blew a different direction or something.
I don't know, man.
That's
I think
crazy.
it's got to be what the house is made of because that wind's blowing everywhere.
No, I don't think any house withstands that kind of fire. I think that's.
Are
just
you
luck.
sure?
Yeah,
How do you know? Are you a builder?
I am.
You're not a builder.
That's Brian Callen. Just nah. I don't
I-
believe anything can.
Can't
withstand
you
that
make a
kind of fire.
house out of all concrete?
It doesn't matter. The
How's
inside
that
will
one
burn.
house? Look at that one house.
The
That
ins-
guy.
that's
that
a-
guy
that's a
should
question
play
of wind,
the
man.
fucking lotto, son.
No, that's wind. Look at that though.
But here's the
Look at
thing.
that, look at that.
You don't want to live there now. If you're that house on the corner and everything you look at as devastation,
Well, the
you don't
schools are
want-
gone.
Right. The schools are gone.
But here's my other thing. Here's the question I have.
Damn.
Okay.
The schools are gone. The stores are gone. The post office is gone. Maybe the hospital is gone. Maybe maybe not. I don't know if it's a hospital over there, but maybe so. The grocery stores are gone. The gas station might have fucking blew up. It's so many things over there that's just changed and will never be the same again. And bro, it just rolled through in a matter of days. Happened like that.
Okay, so you see that,
Like
right?
that. Like,
Now,
just
who
fast.
is going to rebuild there, and who's gonna finance it? Are you
And
going to
then
get?
what kind of insurance?
You're not
going
gonna
to
get
be able to
insurance.
get.
You
So,
not
so
gonna be
are you
able
going to get
any of that.
insurance, or is a bank going to finance that? Would you want to rebuild there when you have to wait for a gas station, for a grocery store? There's nothing there.
Right.
So to me, I don't understand I don't know what happens to that very valuable property.
I don't know what happens to the entire city now
I don't either.
because people are looting like fucking crazy. Gigantic
Yeah.
groups of 100 men organized are pulling into neighborhoods that are being evacuated,
Yeah.
smashing through doors and pulling out TVs. There's film footage of them. There's
Yeah.
also a bunch of people that have been caught setting fires.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think they should be put to
Yeah.
death.
One guy got caught setting fires, and he had a UN debit card.
What?
And he had a bunch. I'll send it to Jamie. The guy that got arrested for
That's crazy.
I'll tell you which fire it was, but he got arrested. He had a UN card. I'll tell you exactly.
This
I
kind
don't
of
wanna
this
fuck
kind of
this up.
tragedy
That's crazy.
brings out the best in people and the worst in people. The one thing it does is, in these communities, it brings all these people together.
Mm-hmm.
You know, my buddy started to cry because I was on the phone with him. He lost everything, right? And
I
they're going to
can't
come stay
even
with us.
imagine that.
And he said, when I was on the phone, these people dropped by and dropped off clothes for them. And he's got a lot of money, and he started to cry, man. He was like, I can't tell you how many people have reached out.
He had
But-
5 cell phones and a United Nations prepaid debit card.
I'm skeptical.
Damn.
Is this
Of course you are.
conspiracy?
You're always skeptical.
Is this
you son of
conspiracy?
a
I just don't
bitch.
want to be played.
No, I think the New York Post did a thing about it.
You know what I mean, though? I don't want to be played. I don't know what's true
Maybe
anymore.
the New York Post
That's true.
didn't post that he had the debit
Sometimes.
card.
Yeah, I don't know
I'm
what's
getting
true
this
anymore.
from the
See?
Texas Patriot Twitter
See?
account.
You see? I told you. I'm already like, I don't know.
They said that the New York Post has edited the info out of their article.
Thank you.
Why? Because it's not true.
Spreading rumors, Joe
Texas
Rogan.
Patriot account said that.
Oh, so then
They, look at the
You
content
got,
below.
you got played.
maybe not. Maybe the New York Post are a bunch of pussies and a bunch of libtards.
That's funny as shit.
The New York Post is very conservative.
They are kinda, yeah.
Yeah.
We'll
But
see.
I got to tell you, this is.
Their
I
business.
do think this is how there's a sea change here.
All right, conspiracy time, man. So let me know in the chat, what actually y'all think happened in these fires? Like, how did it start? With the insurance companies pulling out months before, Trump mentioning it, you know, at some point before, one of the fire marshals that Rogan was talking about mentioning it before. Do you think there's any correlation or causation? Well, maybe not, because the causation of it wouldn't come from them. But do you think there's any correlation to what the fire marshal said about it being able to sweep through LA, which is possible because we're seeing it happen? What Trump said about, you know, them not taking care of the water and other things. It's more of a perfect storm to me. Also, let's bring in the other conspiracy. What happened in Maui? And we're hearing now that certain things haven't burned in LA like some would normally burn. Why is that? We don't know. Some keep saying directed energy weapons. That's a real thing, by the way. I just air quote that because we don't know if that's being used in LA. in Maui, I believe that was more of a directed energy weapon kind of thing because they're right on the water. They're literally right on the water. In LA, it's a little different because it's actually dry in Cali and in that area of California. So this is more of a perfect storm as well as it could be manufactured, a manufactured perfect storm in my eyes. Now, is this some big land grab? Possibly, because why not? We have the smart city agenda coming up. We have the Olympics coming up in the same area, so why not? Even if it is a perfect coincidence. So, hey, I can see them using this as a land grab. And now going about what Trump said and clearing the brush, and the businesses will push to get the brush and dry wood all cleared out so that these fires couldn't happen. And the businesses will definitely go and buy up the land for cheap if nobody wants to move back there, just like they will in Asheville. Yeah, Asheville and I don't, is Asheville in Tennessee? I'm not sure. Or North Carolina, wherever the dam broke in Tennessee and North Carolina. Yeah, that's a land grab as well because a lot of people lost their homes in that. And so it's believed to have a some kind of lithium vein or something, some kind of asset, I would say. I believe it's a lithium vein over there, but that's could be just conspiracy. But I think I've heard somebody tell me that before that in that area they found a new lithium vein. And it's a lot of mining that they can do in that area, as well as smart cities. So we don't really know, but you know, putting on my tinfoil hat, I would go ahead and say that this wasn't a coincidence, and I don't think this was just natural. Like, I don't, for the life of me, think that this wildfire in LA was natural. Can it be a perfect storm? Yes. It can definitely be pushed into a perfect storm. So, I mean, let me know what y'all think. Let me know, y'all, with all of that I gave y'all, with the dam and the land grab kind of conspiracy, the directed energy weapon kind of conspiracy, them kind of the correlation between what Trump said and the fire marshal. It's not enough to pin anything on anybody anyway, but yeah, it's just something to look at. Like, who the hell knows? So yeah, let me know what y'all think in the comments. Like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. I'll get back at y'all in another one. I'm out.